Hello students, good morning. How are you? I hope you all okay and you are doing your best. Very good students. Keep it up. Today we will continue our chapter 9, that is of class 12, and the chapter is strategies for enhancement of food production. As we are continuing how different type of techniques either in agriculture or increasing the productivity in animal husbandry and any other methods to overall fulfill the food requirement. So today we will study about different methods of plant breeding program for disease resistance. As we know, due to many disease causing factors, we are not able to produce crops. In some areas or some part of India, that may be vary from 30% to even sometimes the whole crop gets spoiled due to some disease causing factors. That's why now, due to improvement in the agriculture and the scientific development of seed cross hybridization process, we are able to create the seeds and the crops that are initially prepared to resist against some disease causing factors. Means disease are caused due to either bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. So the seeds are prepared to prevent the disease. Clear students? So the techniques are conventional breeding technique, mutation breeding technique, then selection among somaclone variants and genetic engineering. These are the techniques which are used in plant breeding programs to increase the productivity in crop field. Clear? So let's start. First topic, that is conventional breeding. Conventional breeding means by choosing the characters, means suppose for example, let's take example of tobacco plant. As we know, tobacco plant root is get affected by some viruses. If we find out the gene that due to which the virus infects that plant and remove that gene from the plant, and we should put or manipulate another desirable gene in it, then it will not affect the root. If it will not affect the root, then the productivity will increase. Similarly, here are some crops which are developed having the resistance to particular disease. So let's see what are these crops and their varieties and to which disease they get resistivity. Clear? So look at first cauliflower. You know about cauliflower. Cauliflower is a important vegetable crop that is grown in all part of the India. Its variety is Pusa subra and Pusa snowball K1. Here two varieties are prepared or developed by using conventional breeding method, and this variety means Pusa subra and Pusa snowball K1 is resistant against the disease black rot and curd blight. Means you have seen in cauliflower, means gobi, white gobi, there are some black spots on the white colored cauliflower. That disease is caused due to some fungus. So here the variety is made, means Pusa subra. Remember the name. This also come in your board exams in 3 marks question. Here some are like which variety of cauliflower have the resistance to disease black rot and curd blight. So you can write here Pusa subra. This will left blank to fill by you. So you can write here Pusa subra and Pusa snowball K1. And this is resistance to black rot and curd blight. Clear students? So the crop is cauliflower and the variety is Pusa subra, Pusa snowball K1, disease resistance, black rot and curd blight. Next is your wheat. Wheat is also a cereal crop, major cereal crop, and wheat is also due to some common varieties or in normal varieties in which conventional breeding is not occurred, they are spoiled due to many disease causing characters. So here Himgiri is the variety, means when we go to the shop for buying seeds, then we can see various type of seeds. Here the Himgiri variety, if we ask for Himgiri variety, then what is its benefits? Its benefits is it has resistivity to leaf and stripe rust disease. Clear? So here we can see the wheat crop is wheat, which is a cereal crop, and the name of the variety is Himgiri, and The resistance to disease is leaf and stripe rust disease. In this disease, what happens? The leaf and the stripes of the linings, or we can say stripes of the leaf, get rust. Means they have some gaps between the leaves, due to which, as we know, if there is no leaf, then productivity also decreases. That's why this disease, the resistance to this disease is put in the Himgiri variety of wheat. Next moves to Brassica. Brassica means this come from family Brassicaceae, means rye, or which you can say as mustard and rye. Brassica, the variety Pusa Swarnim. Pusa Swarnim is the variety in which it is resistant to white rust disease. White rust means powdery structure is formed in Brassica. So to prevent this, the seed is starting through conventional breeding technique. This disease causing factor is removed, or the resistivity is added to this disease, means to white rust disease. Next is your cowpea. You have heard cowpea, like your beans, lovia, and broad beans, lablab, etc. Cowpea, the variety is Pusa Komal. Remember student, the variety is Pusa Komal, and the disease resistance capacity it has is bacterial blight. Bacterial blight means same, the spots, black spots are appearing in the crop or in the vegetable, we can see. So the crop is cowpea, variety is Pusa Komal, and disease resistance to bacterial blight. Next is your chili, which variety is Pusa Sadabahar, and it is resistivity against chili mosaic and tobacco mosaic, and also leaf curd. Means these disease causing factors will not found only in these varieties of the particular crops. This is conventional breeding technology. Next is for insect pest resistance. This is about your disease resistance. For insect pest resistance also some varieties are developed. Students, you can see the table in your NCERT book, that is completely you have to memorize, because we are unable to remember this through learning again and again. So once you have to understand that which is the crop, what is its variety, and to which disease it has the resistivity. So all the tables, like whether it is resistant to pest, whether it is resistant to disease, you have to remember, and you have to also remember their name. Suppose for example, some crop variety have some characters due to which also the disease causing factors are not found. Suppose we can take the example of cotton. Cotton have hairy leaves, due to which some pests and insects are unable to attack this. So students, you have to learn all the tables from your NCERT book. Clear? Here nothing is to understand. So you have to only memorize. You can make a chart paper, and in chart paper you can write like this. You can create blocks like this. Write the name of variety, then name of the crop, resistance to disease, same name of crop, characteristic, and resistance to pest. Clear students? Next we will study about for improved nutritional quality. Next topic is improved nutritional quality. So nowadays, how improved nutritional quality have been developed in crops, or how we can get the crops that have some extra nutrient quality, we will study now. So our next topic is for improved nutritional quality. We can say that only producing crop is not enough. Means we are not only want to fill our stomach by putting so much food in it. We want some nutrients, means protein, iron, zinc, etc., etc., etc. So only carbohydrate is the food which give us energy and fill our stomach. But students, for overall growth and development, for good mental ability, we should need to take different type of food. So how the crops are nowadays growing have the nutritional quality. Let's understand. The term is defined as biofortification. Biofortification means in this what happens, some extra added nutrients are put in the crop due to which that crop have some extraordinary quality than the normal crop. Suppose let's take an example. You are buying palak or spinach from a mall and your mother buy palak from gully or from road. Then the difference between them is the palak or the spinach buy or bought by you from the mall contains 50% more iron and more vitamin A than the normal spinach. This is the difference, that the rate also vary. If this cost 20 rupees per bundle, here your mother bought cost rupees 5 rupees. Then you can see the difference. Sometimes we thought why we should buy things that are so expensive. But remember, the things are expensive have some extra characters. Exactly in case of food item also, some food items or some crops are nowadays developed which have the good nutritional factors or qualities, which is called biofortification, means extra added vitamins and minerals in the crop is called biofortification. Clear, students? So suppose for example, lysine and tryptophan containing maize. This is biofortified, means in maize. Normally in maize we will get carbohydrate, but here lysine and tryptophan are added nutrients which we can say as this is biofortified. Next is we can say Atlas 66 variety of wheat. Atlas 66. This is a variety of wheat. Like in our previous topic we have studied that Himgiri variety of wheat. Here at the variety Atlas 66 of wheat. Which has more protein content. As we know, wheat contains carbohydrate, but here extra protein is added. So we can say that high protein containing wheat varieties Atlas 66. Again, iron fortified rice. Means again rice have the carbohydrate content in maximum, but here the rice are produced, means biofortified rice contains the amount of iron maximum. That's why here we are saying that iron fortified rice, protein fortified Atlas 66 variety of wheat, lysine and tryptophan containing maize varieties. So they are how extra nutrients are added. This type of crops are called as biofortified crops. You have ever seen in the advertisements that some oil brands like suppose Dhara. On the packet you can see they are written as it contains biofortified A, D, E, etc. nutrients. Means the oil that contains fat, instead of fat they also contain some more minerals like your zinc, molybdenum, calcium, phosphorus, all the macro and micronutrients. Again students, why we need this? As we know, more than 865 million people are suffer from malnutrition, which is we can say as hidden hunger. Means we are taking the food, but that food is not sufficient to overall development of our body and mental ability. That's why how this happen and why this happen, as we know, all the people have not the ability to buy expensive foods like meat, fish, egg, milk and pulses, etc. But nowadays some crops or cereal crops are developed who are contain the both macro and micronutrients and can stop the hidden hunger among the peoples. Clear, students? So this is your biofortified. Let's take some more examples. Nutrient enriched means which nutrient is enriched in the crop and what is the name of the crop. So students, you can see here nutrient enriched this will come in 3 marks question in your board exams. And name of the crop, name of the crop you can write here. Suppose let's take example of some crops. We can underline in your NCERT book, students. Vitamin A, carrot, pumpkin, spinach. Vitamin A, carrot, pumpkin and spinach. Means this is the crop, means spinach is the crop which is biofortified. How this is biofortified? In these crops, means in carrot, pumpkin means petha and in spinach means palak, have extra vitamin A content. So students, you have to understand and remember vitamin A containing carrot, pumpkin, spinach. Vitamin C containing bitter gourd, again vitamin C containing bitter gourd and bathua. Bitter gourd and bathua. Tomato. These are some other crops. Some more crops which contain this vitamin. Vitamin A here by carrot, vitamin C here by bitter gourd, bathua, tomato, etc. Next example, spinach and bathua and containing iron and calcium. Iron and calcium containing spinach and bathua. You can see here the spinach contains vitamin A. Here the spinach contains iron and calcium. Here we can see the difference. One type of spinach is made with added vitamin A and here the spinach is made or biofortified by adding extra calcium and iron. These are the biofortified. Again if we see protein enriched French beans, protein enriched, the crop is French beans, broad beans, which is called your same, broad beans, then your labla, clear, flat beans, etc. etc. So these are the biofortified crops which are nowadays developed to fulfill or to prevent the people from macro and micronutrients and also from hidden hunger. Clear, students? So this is about your biofortification. In our next topic, we will study about single cell protein and tissue culture.